Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick, and in today's video I'm going to talk about the title of the video, which kind of is a little clickbaity. Not really, but I'll kind of get into it, so let's get right into it. I'm not really downsizing in a sense. I'm just happening to sell a lot of our females that we have right now. Most of these females we've had for a little over 2 years now, so we've had almost two full seasons with them, and I have some holdbacks that I'm growing up, and a lot of them now are hitting that 12 to 15 gram range. And it just so happens that for breeding purposes, some of them look better than their parents do, so I'm just happen to be selling the mothers. Now, this is very difficult, and it's something that is kind of the harder side to gecko breeding and things like that is, well, I guess actually honestly just breeding animals in general. Because there comes a point in time where you have to decide, how much is hobby, how much is business, and how much time are you willing to spend, what's your time worth, right, while you're doing all this and you're having fun and things like that. And I, personally, when it comes down to time, I don't really think about that because honestly, like coming in here and taking care of all the animals and stuff like that, that's what I have fun doing. That's where I like relax. It's just nice to come in here and look at everybody, kind of hold these guys, make the videos in here and things like that. But if you're selling geckos and you're trying to do things like that, then there does come a point where, every gecko, whether it's, the most extreme lily white xanthic or it's just a crested gecko that's a patternless with 4 spots on it, it'll cost the same to feed both of them, right? So that's when you have to get like super duper like businessy, like what am I wanting to produce or what am I wanting to do and things like that. And it's very hard because you get, you care for these guys. Some of these guys like Benny here I've had since she was like 4 grams. It is tough to sell them and to let them go and to, move on. We are selling like 6 females right now. They are all on my Morph Market page, which is linked down below if you want to see any of them. But these are females that we're selling because 1, they either produced a baby that looks better than them, or 2, I'm just kind of wanting to move on in a different direction with the Crested Gecko projects. I would like to get, not like higher end stuff, but maybe, maybe I do get a lily white or something like that to show you guys as it grows and as it progresses and things like that. And, maybe I try to breed lily whites one day, or like right now, we're not selling, I confined my Harlequin project a lot, and I confined it to where I'm like, this is my group of 3 that I'm really excited to work with. And then, I have like holdbacks right now. We have a ton of Dalmatians, and we have like 3 or 4, what I would consider super Dalmatians. And so now I logistically have to look around and I have to say, okay, you can't keep 150 of these. Which ones do you want to keep? Which projects do you want to work on? So I made the decision that I want to work with my Extreme Harlequin group, and I want to grow my Dalmatian group with what I have, and grow those guys up, and that's kind of part of it too, is clearing space on the racks in here. Which, stay tuned, we are yet again redoing the racks in the room, and we're going to be doing something completely different. But part of that is that I want to get some of those other geckos that are in my grow out rack. I want to get them over here in a new tank, which we're moving to tanks. So not to give away too much as to what we're doing, but that's what we're doing. So I kind of want to get them in tanks so we can kind of watch them grow, and we can hopefully do more things like that. And as you guys know, the lychees that we have are all growing up. They're getting bigger. So we're kind of wanting to make room for them in a sense, because I'm one guy. I got one room. I do have Megan. She is amazing. She supports me in all of this. But when it comes down to feedings and everything like that, it's just me, and that's fine. I love it. I don't complain about it. I'm very thankful for all these guys that I have, and kind of, it's part of it too is like, I had all these guys for a while, then I started the YouTube channel, so then you guys have got to know a lot of these faces like Benny and a couple of the other ones that are listed. So the emotional aspect of that, it is very difficult to do, but I also kind of know that in order to keep growing and keep striving for bigger and better things, I kind of have to release some of the stuff that helped me get where I started. Now, there are a couple animals that we're just not gonna sell ever because I'm very emotionally attached to them more than I am others, which it's like saying you don't have a favorite dog. I don't have kids, so I can't speak on that. But, you know, like Waylon. Waylon was the first crested gecko I ever got. He was a rescue. We don't know how old he is. The previous owner thinks I think he said he's at least 4 or 5, maybe even older than that. We've had him for almost 3 years now. You know, Waylon's a potentially 7 to 10-year-old gecko at this point. He was there when all I had was a 12 by 12 by 18. And then I got on a couple groups and I realized, oh, this is not big enough for him. So I got him an 18 by 18 by 24. So, you know, he's been there with me the whole time. And so I'm like, I got to keep him. And then I'm keeping Louise and Betty and Mr. Butterworth, just because that's my Harlequin project. And I'm keeping my quad stripe male Billy because I have We'll be right back. So I went ahead and traded out for Waylon, which I'm sure he will also, I got my hair all wet. I'm sure he will also poop on me like Benny did. But when it comes to Waylon, it's not like there's anything special about him. You know, it's not like he's this incredible morphed gecko that is just, oh my goodness, it's worth every money in the world, you know, gets all the money. It's just, this is a gecko that just means a lot to me because he was here from when we started. And he's just been like a really good first-time gecko. And that's why a lot of times I recommend to people that, you know, if you can find an adult to start with, it can be helpful. I know it's usually more expensive. I got very lucky with him. The owner was moving and just wanted to get rid of him. So I got very lucky with that. Not really downsizing, more just kind of building toward the future and focusing on the projects that I really like. And just kind of also too, I do view this in a sense of, while it is very hard for me to get rid of them, and I know that, like, you know, some people are going to be like, oh, you can't sell your pets, or, you know, they're your pets and things like this. I get that, and I do respect that opinion on the matter, and I really think it is valid, honestly. But part of it too is, you know, when we're selling a proven female and things like that, you're not just selling them to get rid of them as fast as you can. You're honestly selling them for a pretty higher price because, one, you know what they can produce. 2, you know how they've been cared for. And 3, you know what to expect with them as far as ailments or what to look out for. How does this one eat? You understand their characteristics a lot better and their traits and things of that nature. Now, when it comes to that, with all that said, I do think it is important to where, like, you know, these guys help me get off the ground floor and help me really find which projects I really, really like and which ones I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, you know, take it or leave it. It is really cool, though. It can help somebody else find their projects and help find what they want to work with. And, you know, selling proven females, that's what everybody wants. Everybody always wants, hey, you got any females available? You got any females available? Well, right now we do, you know, so it's kind of one of those things where it is a double-edged sword. It is kind of bittersweet at the same time. But I do think that me focusing on specific breeding projects for crested geckos, me focusing on a couple lychee projects and things, being more focused has kind of been a key to this year for me. And trying to figure out which geckos I really, really want. A lot of the holdbacks are going to move over here. You know, right now, I think I counted the other night, I got like 22 holdbacks or something crazy like that. So like I said, me selling like 6 females, I still am going to have to make a ton more hard decisions once all these holdbacks grow up. I'm about to figure out what I want to do because I want to keep them all, but I can't keep them all. So that's kind of what it boils down to. Like I said, if you guys are starting to breed or you're interested in breeding or something like that, you can check out my morph market and you can kind of see what I got available right now. You know, make an offer. Say you're a subscriber and make an offer. You know, we'll see if we can work something out. Anyway, guys, comment down below if you've ever been in this position where you kind of had to make some hard decisions that you didn't really like to make. And until next time, guys, stay safe and stay positive.